केरल के कोझिकोड में 7 अगस्त 2020 को विमान हादसा हुआ था। इस भयानक हादसे में 21 लोगों की जान चली गई थी।
The plane has crashed in India in the state of Kerala. It's an Air India plane.
Thank you for this opportunity for presenting a different story from Kerala. That is a Calicut. We call this Malabar. Before that, I am Dr. Venugopal. I am the director and the lead consultant of emergency medicine, Aster DM Health Group. And we are all in the COVID scenario. We are frightened. Those times, the story that I am telling is, everyone is named, it is a Black Friday. So why, you just see like a small video that is came in the newspapers those times. That was a Friday with unstopped or the splendid train and a tabletop airport, and the passengers traveled from Dubai to Calicut. That is, in fact, that is a flight that was operated immediately after getting the permission from the government of India to travel the Kerala people to the India. And now what has happened next? This plane is crashed on the 7th August 2020, exactly at 1941 hours in Calicut airport. So the challenge in the story when we are managing here, this main story was, there's a heavy raiding, and all the passengers who travel, they are potential for the COVID patient. When we are thinking about now, it may think it is a funny things, but thinking in those time that COVID, it is frightened entire world, and the people are supposed to be the candidate for COVID, they are traveling to India. And we have that, when we are receiving the patient, one issue, our hospital is fully loaded, and when this time we are getting the alert from the airport, there is our plane is crashed. So as immediately we have that system, and there are many issues in those times. We don't know how many patients will come here and there, but definitely in Calicut, and this is a Malabar area where there are many hospitals. Most of the hospitals are many over 10 to 12 hospitals. They're situated in and around Calicut airport were getting the alert, that including few, 2-3 medical colleges and corporate hospitals, private hospitals, all hospitals are getting started prepare. From my side, I am working in Aster Hospital, one of the biggest multi-speciality hospitals in Malabar area. And we have that in NABH and the JC accredited hospital. Immediately once reach the alert, we like those time, because this is a COVID scenario, we have the two portion. One portion of the emergency department for the COVID patient, another is the normal patient. Those time what we have, like we separated out, and or one area, entire area is kept ready to receive the patient who are coming from for this air crash. And the near area, the area near to the emergency medicine area is the nuclear medicine and radiology area. That area we segregated and evacuated and kept for that less injured patient. That's like we call it is a walk-in kind of, or like less injured patients. So you can see, like then we are, this is our main ED, we are kept ready to receive the patient when getting the alert for to receive the red category patients. There is a more injured and severely injured patients. And the other area, this nuclear medicine area is kept ready to receive for the less sick patient. Similarly, the radiology lobby we kept to receive for the patients who are like walk-in kind of anything is there. So the main issue of, there are like we are exposed to many kind of disasters, and the one major issue of this disaster is we were forced to manage that entire disaster in a full PPE. Like we people are managing the cases with using our senses, our eye, ear, touch, smell, and all. Here, we are in full PPE. Our eye is with the goggles, then mask, then ear, everything is closed. And this may be like the first mass casualty or the disaster that was managed in the full PPE. This is the one disaster. So this is like it was a real challenge. So when immediately we stopped all the radiology procedures and OT activated for the blood bank activated, and the ICU beds are kept ready to receive this patient. So one issue is, like this is early 2020, then those days, that PPE, because the huge number of patients are coming and lot of people are involving, so the getting PPE is all big issue. But the hospital and all supplied adequate number of PPE for managing the case scenario. So immediately, this happened around the time of 7:45. This is the time usually like that nursing shifting and etc. happening. That in fact it was a bless because we could mobilize the nurses and other staff from both shifts. So it was very easy to manage that a huge number of patients came to the emergency department. So naturally, like once, like the disaster kind of happening, one issue is usually like the bystanders. When the news is aired across the bystanders and the relatives, all the people will come. So definitely we created a separate area for them, and they managed with a separate person who is very good in communicate. And also like that, we displayed a separate board where like everyone coming, they know what all patient reach here, what all the major injury, like that. These are made the story easy. This is exactly like that sequencing of the time. We see that the first announcement came in 7:45. That's the mass casualty announced. But the first patient reached there in 52 minutes after that. That exactly like 8:22 evening. And then the sequence of events happening. I'm not going to just a part of this. And finally, The last patient reached in the early morning, 1 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, from the 8:22 to 1 o'clock, almost all patient raised. The 49 patient reported, because altogether 150 patients is injured patient transferred in various hospitals in and around Calicut. Of this, one third came to our casualty, our emergency department, and more than 70 doctors, 150 other staff members together managed this scenario. And by 1 o'clock, all major issues sorted out. All critically ill patients received the adequate care. Those who are required surgery, they shifted. Everything is done. And yes, that is the story about that 49 patient came. 2 patients we like sent to other center because of their relatives good is in another hospital. That is the reason. So finally, this whole story that we published in the orthopedic journal, and we have like 3 patients we received as broad death. That include the pilot, co-pilot, and a child, 5-year-old child. And the emotional element during the phase, it was a very, 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 we cannot imagine. So bystanders are they don't know where is this patient, where is that patient. But ultimately, is the overall system management, the entire administration, everything, all the people are played a pivotal role to save this life. See, the major injury, what notice, like mainly orthopedic injuries, the limb injury, leg injury, like that. Again, also 4 patients with this paraplegia. And interestingly, at the end of the day, all the paraplegic patients were after surgery and they recovered, and they sent home with in a walk-in state. See, one issue, that was a COVID time. Everyone is afraid of COVID. We have a COVID screening tool in the ED itself. So all the 49 patients came in the ED. They screened from within an hour of 8 hours. And for that reason, a screening unit in the emergency department itself was a big help to sort it out the issues. And in the morning, by morning 7 a.m., all patients screen out for the COVID, and only like 2 patients had the COVID. And so this is because of this system, and it was we could protect our colleagues and other staff also for getting COVID. So one interesting thing, a sub story I want to say, the major story. In 2012. Including Aster, IMA, Angels, and few other organizations, we together did a very big mock drill in Calicut Airport. That mock drill, before the pre-mock drill, we have like an extensive training session, trained and 855 airport staff, or like thousands of neighborhood staff. And then that big mock drill, which is a big participation with 100 ambulances. Almost the storyboard was same as what is happened in the real plane crash. And because, I don't know, it is helped a lot, but it is helped. Because the frightening story is like the real plane crash in 2020 that exactly happened on the same spot where we did that mock drill. That is something alarming. But definitely, those time in the post mock drill reports and all we mentioned, and give the report for the authorities. We have given many corrective measures, but many things, including many bottlenecks, etc., they corrected appropriately. So what the best thing is, like when the real things happen, yes, it was a big help in sorting out. There was a few features of those time. Another thing, that golden hour care in and around Calicut was brilliant, because even in 2007 onwards, even in India, when Medical Council of India recognizing emergency, but even before that, Aster and many other institutes started practicing modern emergency medicine. And this really helped for the golden hour care in that area. Because the victims of the plane crash, they taken into 12 hospitals in and around hospital. All the hospitals have a reasonably good modern emergency medicine care that really helped in the golden hour care, and that really helped to reduce the morbidity and mortality. So finally, the all lesson what we learned is a disaster story, lesson telling us in the story, managing a disaster in a full PP, large number of people came together unexpectedly. We are in a PP. This is a really difficult, really challenging, identifying, managing, everything is challenging. But we able to do that. We did that. Another thing, all this system is entire hospital system and the regional systems are working something like an oiled machine. That is again is possible because of the national and international accreditation. Because of the accreditation process, they will do that frequent exercise, tabletop. This all really help to bring up the quality care. And an important highlight I want to tell, as far as again from the something, this is a highlight of the Calicut or something in the Malabar or in Kerala, the civilian response towards the disaster was amazing. In spite of, even if it is a COVID scenario, even if it is a heavy raining, the civilians, they involved in the rescue, they didn't anything wrong, they helped the people, they involved like wholeheartedly. And this is also maybe a result of what is the human mind of the Malabar area people. And second one, and repeatedly receiving training, this all help to bring about the saving life. And again that maybe like something annoying me for all story, the pre-hospital care in Kerala is again yet to improve, because I received that 49 patient. Of these 30% I received in ambulance, and a good number of patients came in car, I mean a Toyota car or that other kind of waste vehicle. That definitely, you know, like in a trauma patient transport in a non-ambulance system, and cannot be very good for the patient. And that area again to be like improve. Otherwise, like it was something a proud story I want to tell you. Saved all patients. Maybe the only three patients we brought there that we cannot do. One patient is with multiple injuries, and that also we could not save. But the rest of the patient, all patients saved, and even the spinal injury patient discharged home safely. That is all, and thank you for the opportunity for giving this presentation here.